Hello friends, SentinalhMC here, and welcome back to our ChromatiCraft tutorial series. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to craft and build the Meteor Tower, the level 1 anyway. For the last few weeks I've been recovering from when my computer crapped out. I still haven't gotten my InDesign reinstalled because I haven't had time, so that's why my thumbnails haven't been, fully formed. They've just been screenshots. But once I get that going, I'll get the thumbnails back up to where they should be. Probably do that tomorrow. Yeah, because right now I got called into work tonight, so I got to go in at 7, which is really annoying. But then tomorrow I don't have to go in until 4 because of it, so that'll be at least something. Anyway, let's get cracking. There's a lot of stuff to craft and build. We're in a new world. We're not going to be in the Rev world anymore at all. That was just because I didn't have a world prepared, and yeah, there's a lot of weirdness in that video, and I wasn't a fan of the crazy sound that the broadcast tower was apparently making. Anyway, we've got our casting complex up. Now, I don't have any of these connected because I haven't gone through this world and connected a Lumen network, but I've used debug mode to get this Uber casting table, which has a ridiculous storage of lumens, so we'll be able to cast all kinds of stuff. So, if you the Meteor Tower, if we look in the book, look out there. I tried to build a crystal pylon because I needed the power, but then I looked up online that you could change the color if you were in debug mode, so we did that instead. The Meteor Tower is over here. You're going to find it in pylon casting. This is where you can find the recipe for the actual tower core itself, and this is where it tells you about the tower and what it's for. Obviously, it's a defensive structure, probably inspired by Reika's enjoyment of a various tower defense game, I think. Anyway, this is a green tower. It's going to shoot things for us. It's pretty cool. It requires Portocali and Ruzova lumen energy to function. And it comes in 3 tiers. Each one is better, but it costs more. And we're going to go through those in future episodes as well. So if we go straight down from here, and we go over a little bit, let's see, Meteor Tower green right here under pylon casting. It's all by itself, looks like a crystalline stone brick. It's right between the transmitting energy section and the endgame section. And if we click on this, we get to see how you actually build it. It's pretty straightforward, it is pretty large. But first things first, we actually need to craft the Meteor Tower core itself. Now, in order to craft one of these, we need ourselves an Energized energy core, which we've crafted in the past, so we're not going to go through it. I'm just going to show you the recipe where we need a crystal star, and then you'll need these Katrina runes in place, the ones I have on my table in my room right now. And then you need all this stuff. I believe we crafted one of these in the previous episode, if not the previous episode, then one before, because I remember one that required all these different fire essences and understone powders and under pearls. So anyway, you're going to need yourself one of these, and then once you have yourself one of those, we can go ahead and cast our Meteor Tower core. So the recipe is as follows. You're going to need some thermitic crystals. You're going to need Phyrexite alloy ingots, which you can see how to craft in the alloying episode. You're going to need some raw Phyrexite itself, some focal powder, 2 diamonds, 2 resonant dust, 3 energetic essences, 2 obsidian, and 3 glowstone. So let's go ahead and stick that all in. Now this thermitic crystal, you get it from mining. So it's not a thing that you craft. You actually mine it, and you mine it from the Nether. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to the Nether, and you're going to find these thermitic rocks. So they look a lot like those other rocks you'll find in the overworld that has just a stone frame, but then some big chunks. It basically is nether Phyrexite, so it looks the same. Basically, it's the same kind of block, but it's netherized. It's got the netherrack borders on it, and it's got this cool orange glowy stuff. You should definitely be able to find this. This type of rock tends to stick out really well from the background. It tends to have a really bright color to it, regardless of light levels, so it tends to be really easy to spot, which is really nice. So diamonds there, resonant dust there, diamond, resonant dust. Now the resonant dust comes from, let me just take that out so I can show you. The resonant dust is the one that comes from the element bulbs. Alright, so that's where you get that. We'll just keep putting this stuff into place, the Phyrexite and the focal powder. Wait, I put that in the wrong spot, didn't I? Yes, I did. The thermitic crystal goes up there. So we'll replace that with focal powder. Get our thermitic crystals back, because they go up there. And then the Ferraxite goes here and here. Our energetic essence goes down here. And then the last two ingredients are our obsidian, which goes there, and then Ferraxite alloy ingots, which go in all of the corners. This will allow you to cast a Meteor Tower core, the green one, and it requires Rizova and Portacali energy. 80,000 lumens total, half of each, so 40,000 of each, and you got yourself the core. So we're going to go ahead and cast this, and it's casting, and bang. So there's a Meteor Tower core. Of course, we already had one, but there we go. So now that we have the Meteor Tower core, we're going to need a couple of things. If we open our book and look at the requirements, you're going to need 5 buckets of liquid chroma. You're going to need 34 crystalline stone blocks, 64 crystalline stone columns, 8 crystalline stone corners, 24 crystalline stone groove number 2s. Remember that these go in different directions. It has to be the groove 2. 44 crystalline stone bricks, 12 resonance rings, and your Meteor Tower core. Alright, so now we're going to jump over to a site that I have cited for our Meteor Tower. This is where I found the 2 pylons right next to each other, but these were not Portacali and Rizova pylons. I used debug mode to change the color of them so that this would work. Alright, so we're going to build our Meteor Tower right here in the middle. And, oh darn it, I didn't hit the little bookmark button. Really important when you're doing multi-blocks that you make sure you remember to hit that little save and exit button. Otherwise, it's going to be really annoying. So, our base level. This thing is going to be 5 by 5 and 17 blocks tall. We start with the, we're going to start with crystalline stone in the center, and then we're going to put our grooves and some corners. So, first things first, a 3 by 3 of the crystalline stone. And then let me get my other blocks in place. So the stone grooves, and we're going to need those as well. We're going to need those, and we're going to need these, and we're going to need, we're going to need these. So we're going to place our corners in, well, the corner. And then we're going to place our groove 2s. And if we look at our picture in the book, we can see that it all uses the groove 2s. I was surprised that it didn't use the groove 1s because I thought that it would. Because what it does is the groove 2 always points east and west, the vertical line. So I would have thought that this right here would be the normal groove. If our block doesn't form, then we'll have to change these two to be the other grooves that it lines up. Next level up, we use our resonance rings. Darn it, I didn't hit the button. I'm such an idiot. After saying to you guys that you need to remember to hit that button, I didn't hit the button. Oh, maybe that's why you use the groove 2s, because maybe they always have the horizontal lines on the bottom level. Ugh, I'm such a dummy. I'm wasting time because I forget to hit a stupid little button. Okay, so level 2, crystalline stone, 3 by 3 in the center, resonance rings around that with column blocks in the corners. Alright, that is level 2 of our Meteor Tower. Next level up, level 3. This is where we place our chroma, but first we have to place the frame around it. So it's made out of the groove 2 and the corner blocks and some crystalline stone. So the crystalline stone goes in these corners. The corner blocks go where else? In the corners. And then we use the groove 2 right around that. The corners will realign like that to the actual sides. It looks really cool on the side here. Looks really neat. Look, cool construction. That's what it's supposed to look like. So now we need to place liquid chroma. There needs to be 5 whole source blocks. So you can't just put one in the center. They all have to be source blocks. You gotta have the 5 right there. All right? It has to look like that, otherwise it won't work. Trust me on this. Things like this don't work unless the liquid chroma source block is in each corner. Next level up, we start building the actual tower, so we need some bricks. So we grab our bricks, and we're placing them like so in the corners like that. Right? That's exactly what it looks like. So this is what you have to do on that next level, just like that. Going up a level, we start placing pillars, and we need 1, 2, 3 levels of pillars. So each one of these goes up by 3. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Once we have 3 blocks of pillars, our next level is stone bricks and crystalline stone. I'm surprised that we don't actually use like beams for those cross braces. It would look pretty cool, but just crystalline stone in there. I wish that was a beam. I just like beams. There we go. I always face north. I always try and face north when I'm doing anything, but I think this thing is completely symmetrical, so it doesn't matter. Then we need 1, 2, 3. Oh no, just 2. 1, 2. So that once you have that layer, you do a 2-high layer of column. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Just not 3, just 2. And once we have that, the next level is once again bricks and crystalline stone. So bricks on the corner, on top of each of those, and then crystalline stone in between the bricks on the 4 sides. See? Then we do another 2 layers high of columns. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. And then on top of that, another layer of the bricks and crystalline stone. Definitely be easy. You're definitely going to want some sort of flying when you're doing this. Although if you grab all the components at once and have everything you need, you can just keep scaling up your tower as you're building it. Just keep climbing it. Oh, wait, ooh. Actually, no, we made a mistake. No crystalline stone on this layer. These are all bricks. Good thing I caught that. So make sure that when you get to this layer, it's just bricks. Then we go up. This is the top. So we go up, we have a ring of crystalline stone and the core itself. So we need to bring this in one and break that block, and then just have a 3x3 ring of stone bricks, crystalline stone bricks, and this is where we place our Meteor Tower core at. Bada bing, place them right there. And then above that we have a layer of the column, and then on top of that, crystalline stone, and that should make up the entirety of our construction here. Right. So now, the question is, how do we get this started? And I do notice something about this liquid chroma. In the book, now, did we do this correctly? I do believe we did. You got 1 layer of column that's 3 high, 2 layers that's 2 high, and then you have the brick to cap it off, the little ring, the core. But I noticed that the chroma here is green. It's like asbesty green. So I wonder if I have to put chroma berries in here or not. Before we do anything like that, we need to get some power into this Meteor Tower core, but it's kind of ringed with stone. So actually getting the pylon power in here is going to require us to place them in a specific location, probably around here, so that they can range on this. So let's go ahead and build ourselves I'm going to say if I put it here it might work. So we're just going to try and get this to go. I mean, we're going to get it to go, but hopefully this will help you guys to sort of get yours going as well. The question is the core... Rika says there's some sort of connectivity check you can do for things like this. I've never actually asked him about that. I suppose I'm just going to place it until it works. At some point, lumen power is going to go in there, as long as it's built properly, which is another question. So we've got the Meteor Tower. You know, I wonder. I wonder if I have to throw chroma berries into this pool. I'm gonna throw chroma berries in here until this is green, because the liquid chroma in the picture is green. So now the liquid chroma is green, just like the picture. I'm going to break this and replace it. There we go. That's what you want to see. Right, so that was exactly what was wrong. So we do need to color the liquid chroma in our Meteor Tower to be the same color as the Meteor Tower core. Good stuff. And it looks like that this was the perfect angle for the pylon to be able to feed it. So if you want to know what level that is, if you build the repeater, whether it's a multi-aura or whether it's a standard one, you want the repeater block to be, you build it in the center, and if you put the repeater block right in the line with the middle row, the middle of the 3 high crystalline stone level, if you put the repeater block right there, see where that is in relation? Then the beam will angle perfectly up into your core. And I've also placed this repeater 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks away from the tower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks away from the tower at the same level as the center column on the 3 high level. And that right, there's probably other places you could put it, but I know that one works now, so I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to build it up so that our repeater is right here. Place this. Oh, I don't have one. With a Ruzova rune. So there's another repeater. Alright, there we go. So, for some reason, my repeater network, I don't know, it was probably this one. It wasn't formed properly, so the pylon wasn't outputting its power. So ignore the enormous forest of repeaters. And the reason that there's power crystals on this pylon is because I accidentally broke one of its rune blocks when I was clearing a tree away from it, and so it lost all its juice. But we powered it back up. Okay, so now that our Meteor Tower has its power, has its juice, we can go ahead and try this out. So the Meteor Tower shoots enemy mobs, you know, in a pretty large area. So what we're going to do is we're going to re-enable midnight, and we're going to set it to midnight. And you can hear it's powering up right now. It's fired off a blob. And what it's going to do is it's going to shoot at the enemies. Now, this skeleton is what it's trying to shoot. It can't really hit the skeleton because there's a tree in the way. I mean, obviously, where'd the skeleton go? Building, there we go, he got hit. He's right here. Building one of these towers in a forest is probably not going to be as helpful. I'm going to go ahead and place some enemies down so we can test it. But this thing's going to shoot at the hostile mobs. It has a cool power-up effect, and it fires. But it does have I believe it does have a minimum range, as well as a maximum range. So I don't think it can shoot that spider that I put down. But it is trying to kill the mobs that are over here. Let's go ahead and place the spider on top of this tree. What the heck? It's flying the spider. Okay, so it's shooting things over here. There's a mob over here it's trying to shoot. It's trying to shoot another skeleton. But it's hitting this tree. These trees are too tall. There we go. Look, you got him. And these things do splash damage. See, it's doing about 4 damage per hit, this basic Meteor Tower. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that the higher tiered ones will deal more damage. And they probably have a longer range. Maybe they charge faster. We'll have to build those ones to see. But there he goes. He died. Love it. Wait, did that knock me back? It did! When it fires, it knocks me back. That's interesting. Haha, that's cool. So it charges up and it fires. This is going to draw, you know, it's obviously drawing from the Lumen network. That one over there has a power crystal on it. This one does not. Let's go see how much power it has. That thing is firing basically continuously, and we can see that there's a black ring around the orange part because it's basically slowly being drained. It would appear that that's getting thicker, so it looks like this meteor tower is drawing. I don't know if it is drawing more power than how this is recharging, because it had to draw quite a sizable chunk when it first loaded itself with power. But it does look like that ring is getting thicker. So it would seem that the meteor tower is drawing slightly more power than what this thing can charge. So it will slowly drain that orange pylon. However, this pink one, it has a ring of power crystals. There's no way this thing's going to drain it. But yeah, we see there it goes. The meteor tower shooting at these baddies. See, he's shooting at some dudes over there. This is obviously much more effective if there's not a giant forest around you. He's killing this Enderman. Pretty sick. Enderman can't dodge this. I mean, it teleported away, but if the tower refines its target, they're not going to be so lucky. Now, forget spiders. Let me go and spawn something that I know it's going to shoot at. Let's spawn a skeleton. We're going to place him right at the base of the tower. Now, what's probably going to happen is that this tower probably won't be able to shoot that skeleton because it's too close. But it's already, basically, it's keeping its target on this spider. So it is shooting this fine spider. But it's now changed its target. It's trying to shoot the skeleton. See him down there? But when the skeletons are too close to the base, the tower is not acquiring them as a target. See? It's trying to shoot the skeleton over here, not those ones. They're too close. So if you're trying to rely entirely on meteor towers for your base defense, you're gonna need to have a way to keep them from getting up against it. So basically, if you have your base like ringed with the ChromatiCraft like force fields, then meteor towers are going to be able to pick off the enemies that are like hanging out or outside of that area. That would be a cool use. Another cool use would be to build a castle and make these the towers. That would be awesome. I really want to do that. But yeah, that's the meteor tower. In future videos, we'll build the upgraded versions and take a look at how they compare. I'll probably do that next week. Next week we'll probably do both of those in the same video because we've already taken a look at how to build this. We'll look at how to build the other ones, and we'll get those set up. So thank you guys so much for watching. I think the meteor tower really looks cool. I mean, look at this. This is just like an awesome sight right here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like and comment the video if you did enjoy it. Especially, I love reading your comments and it really helps me out. Join the Discord if you'd like to chat. I'm SentinalH, and I'm signing out.